castle levels are made doesn't really make sense. From a gameplay perspective, yeah, it does, but from a realistic sense, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you connect the back hall with the main hall through such a weird passageway? Why wouldn't you just connect them straight without going in? You know what I'm talking about, the tunnels that we just went with the water monster. Because if you look at it through these windows and at higher levels, it looks really nice as a castle, but it doesn't make sense as a castle. Letter regarding the discovery of an orb. To my most trusted student and friend Johanny Weyer. The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I have been looking for the last 20 odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Helidromus describes it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was a, it was a, sorry, it was as it was told about. Another ground Mitraic temple crowned with an earthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its color washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Olstead, investigating one of the antique trails. When I finally found a cave, I went inside and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it was also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but unfortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I feared their cry of pain echoed through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly a blue, shimmering light indulged me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees have turned charcoal, black with leaves of cinder. The ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave away gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The guardians they had taken the orb from me, but still until that day I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It has been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. The last time we spoke, you told me about your interest and ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Olstead. Your friend and mentor, Henrik Cornelius Agrippa. Uh, Agrippa is a friend of Alexander, and you'll see this in a minute or two when we get to the next room. To a room that's in the study. I mean, not necessarily the next room.
Let's see what you have to offer.
Animal experiment. Canis lupus familiaris 1658, April 12. After a short study, it is clear that the agitation found among humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain into stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis. There is an inherent problem in harvesting this energy since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine this process of torture to enable any real work to be done. More experiment must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are able to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror.
What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw, but I can sense it. It's definitely there.
This is Alexander. Well, a picture of him. Or drawing. I don't know. Anatomy Frontiers. 1658, January 9. Further disappointment. The antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing, and I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain, since no research has been made in my particular interest. I must attempt to fill that void myself. Clearly humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they would prove less of a hassle to acquire. I need you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair. Bye, Mr. Chair. This is the proof I was talking about. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. From where I came, mankind is not even wasted a breath. Yet I bow to you. I have done so much for you, and I have gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. It was I who in all fairness should have entered that gate. So Agrippa was his friend. They are both from the same reality, or I don't even know how to call it. And Agrippa died and might have gone back to the place he was once. I don't know. Come on. What? From the words? I don't know. Elevator machine instructions. If the elevator breaks down again, make sure to use the steam engine to build up pressure before channeling into the machinery. Adjust the lever to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meter should read up 8 and down 8. Make sure to set the flow to according the following chart. Trinity steam set functions. 4-phase amplitude complete steam flow circle. Note that the machinery will not check proper configuration until all rods are inserted. Wait a second. I have something to read. Someone is messaging me. Okay. We collected everything in this area. We just need to go to the storage room and get the other roads. I think 1 hour passed since we started recording. We have 2 more hours to go. The narrowness in the storage is strange and unnatural. Yeah. It'll go away fast. I'm pretty sure he left. Yeah. The danger zone. I don't care. The danger music doesn't always stop. Like, he will disappear and the music will continue. Regarding explosive mission. Alexander, I have prepared the explosive you needed for clearing the flood drain. I can't stress enough how important it is that the mission is handled with care. Please try to tell your feather brain servants this before you go ahead with your plans. The liquids are not by themselves explosive and should be kept separated to avoid further mishaps. I have arranged 2 large vats in the next room for the ingredients. All you need to do is mix the liquids and you are ready to go. Agrippa, just like I said, Agrippa was a friend of Alexander and somehow Agrippa betrayed him, and you'll see later that he brought him back somehow, well, not completely, but his mind, something like that, his conscious. What? He won't come now, he'll come later. I already know the timings, so I'm not worried. the explosive. Don't kill me.
Please, let me go. I won't tell anyone, I swear. I just want to go home. No! Get away from me! Leave me alone!
Come on, I need a rock.
Why are you doing this? Get away from me!
Now, if I open this door, he's in that room, so I won't make my life harder than it needs to be. I'll just collect all the tinder boxes that are here.
Please, I beg you.
So these are the roads. I'll collect the... If a full set of 3 rods is available, there is 1 rod in the inner study room, which might work in case the elevator breaks down again. Unless it is absolutely necessarily, always use the spare rods in the storage before using a metal. I should have left the door open. Come on, Grant. I know we can cooperate. We are already gone through this like 3 times. Well, actually this part I played like 20 times on hard mode because I couldn't get away from him. No. Yeah, just like that. And now we will find another ground right here as soon as we... I'll just have to wait like 10 seconds, I think. Now he should be gone. Oh, he's not, and he's coming back. Oh, that's not good. Is he coming down the stairs? I don't think so. I don't see him. I'll just make a wall here, just in case. Oh, I didn't even know about this. Yeah, he's gone. because the danger music stopped. Now we can repair the machine room. The elevator. The ascending room. Or the descending room.
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shade will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
Going to the machine room. Finally.
July 1839. Today I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may, in fact, have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow.
So the note states up 8, down 8. Nice. Trinity, the middle one. Floor 4. Machine room equipment memo. Note that there are only 2 spare rows left in the storage for the elevator machinery. Make sure to only discard the ones which are badly damaged and keep the other ones in the inner study room. It will sort to rows work back again. Oh.
14th of July, 1839. I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle. Signed, Alexander." What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, My thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void. The last few weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate, in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep.
Sedatives ain't gonna help you.
July 1839. How has this escaped me? They're all dead. Limbs scattered, heads split down the middle, their skin flayed as if boiled. I feel like I'm falling into myself. What's happening? Sir William Smith, Professor Taylor, now Dr. Tate. Is it following me? How can it not be? It's the damn thing I brought from Africa. Something is after me. I have no choice but to trust the Baron. He better know what he claims. If he is wrong, I suspect he'll regret it as well.
We're heading down.